Hey, folks, welcome to Market Intraday Analysis by InTheMoneyStocks.com, your leaders in pure technical analysis, avoiding all that Wall Street hype. This video for Tuesday, August 23rd, 2011 is sponsored by Realtik. Alright guys, a wacky day today for multiple reasons. Notice how this little selling is going on in the markets right now. I just felt in our New York office here a little earthquake. It actually turns out that just minutes ago we had an earthquake in DC, or just outside of DC, about 78 miles, a 5.8 magnitude, and that's exactly why the selling started here. Now, I'll bet you initially when Wall Street felt this, they were worried it could have been a terrorist type action, maybe a bomb going off of some sort, shaking the ground a little bit, and I'm sure that's why you got the initial sell. So far, I'm not hearing any significant damage. A 5.8 is not huge, but it is decent size and very unusual for in the DC or in the general area for that size earthquake to occur. And again, to feel it all the way up here in New York is quite something as well. It's very, very rare we get something like that here in New York. So in any case, market's just seeing a little bit of a selling off of that earthquake. And again, that's the latest news that I have. We'll see any developments coming out. But again, 5.8 magnitude is what's being reported right here outside of DC. And again, it was very interesting. The computers started to shake slightly, the walls, the ground, and you name it. Just a very unusual thing for us here on the East Coast to experience. In California or out west, you guys are much more accustomed to this type of thing. All right, markets overall are having a humongous day across the board. Dow is up 210 points still. NASDAQ up 67. S&P 500 up 25. Basically 2 to 3% gains across the board, even with this little sell-off here, as the spiders are up $1.99 right now. I called this, folks. I'll say it right now. I'll say it again later in this video. Yesterday, I told our Research Center members this was the pivotal day. I think I even said it in the free video yesterday. I said, you basically had Monday and Tuesday of this week to break down. If you could not take out the 112.50 level right here, then this market was going to trade to the upside and break out, and you would have upside for the next couple weeks in this market. Now, again, it's going to be choppy upside according to what my calculations are showing, and that's assuming we end the day and we don't have a sharp sell-off here, which who knows, if there was any damage or what was going on. But, in any case, that is nuts to see this going on here, folks. And again, markets held the 112.50 level, shot up. Look at this trend line. I mean, these trend lines were so accurate. This is your breakout trend line right here, connecting the pivot highs. Look at this. It hits it once today, pulls back, breaks out. Goes all the way up to the 200 moving average range, and then finally you're seeing a little bit of selling here late in the day, obviously on the back of that earthquake. But again, unless there's any major damage, I do expect the markets to trade up. If there is major damage, then obviously you may trade down. So we'll be watching very closely as this market trades down a little bit here, and we get some information on this earthquake to come in if there is any change. But either way, it's all about the 112 level holding. Since we put in the lows a couple weeks ago at the 110.25 level on the SPY, and I'll go to the daily chart and show you guys, since we put in this low down here, right here, I have stuck to the fact that this is just a pullback inside of a major up move. Sure enough, today is confirming that, and again, we did hold this pivot area right here. This was a very important pivot area to hold, and it has held. And again, as long as you end, and this is going to be key, guys, do we end above this pink sloping trend line? You must end above that as well. That's another key component of seeing a continued rally in this market. All right, so that's what we have going on there. NASDAQ again trading up 57 points on the day, coming down a little bit as the spiders are selling off on this little bit of an earthquake. And again, I'm going to keep my eyes peeled on the wires here to see if there's anything else major coming out right now. But very, very intriguing there, as again, it says magnitude 5.8 quake hits 87 miles from Washington, D.C. So I'm sure in D.C., those of you there felt something pretty significant, as that's a pretty big earthquake. It was just a little shaking here in New York, but overall, and very unusual event right there, and I'm sure people's minds, and I'm telling you guys right now, the initial sell-off here, I'm sure a lot of people said, whoa, what was that? Could that have been something like a terrorist bomb going off or something like that? And obviously they sold a little bit more. Assuming there's no damage, I would expect it to trade up, but it is interesting to see that happen here and see the reaction. All right, trend lines again, guys. Look at your trend lines. These are your trend lines. This is all you need to know. The 112.50 level must hold. Again, if you want to see continued strong upside the next few days, you need to see this really this connector from the pivot high here to the pivot high here to the pivot high here, and even the pivot high right there. You have to stay above this trend line. I think you could pull back at some point today, but again, for the most part, I expect it to be an up day. I think the breakout has happened. I think you're going to continue higher. Bernanke is speaking at Jackson Hole on Friday. Last year he announced QE2, so people are kind of anticipating possibly a little bit of a positive nature announcement on Friday of this week here as well. So I think you stay up into that. Shorts are probably going to cover into that as well, not wanting to risk. And again, notice the spiders after people are realizing, okay, it's just an earthquake, nothing major. They're bouncing back here, trading up. Nasdaq back up 63 points. S&P futures are up about 20 points on the day. 200 moving average on the upside is resistance right here. We'll see if we go and test that level later today. On the downside, this would be your major support level right here. Major support around 114 and the 50 moving average, and this would be absolutely a great scalping long opportunity if you came into it, all right? Right here, great scalping long opportunity. Now, let's go into a couple other charts. Gold is getting crushed today, although you did see it come back up off the lows here, down $3.20 on the GLD. I am short the GLD right now. Research Center members obviously get the keys here and understand that overall the markets are going to be whipping up and down, but gold continues to be at an extended level. The Research Center members got the exact trade when I decided to short it, and there again, those of them that chose to go with me are in that trade on the short side. This is actually a small in spirit of bear flag right here, actually, believe it or not, into the 20 moving average. You can see a little bit of a pullback here as well. All right. I'm also seeing word that a rare strong earthquake hits Colorado as well. So that's kind of unusual, folks. If that's legit, I have to see exactly as I'm getting more headlines. And this is just preliminary since it literally just happened. So just be aware of that, folks. But in any case, yeah, Virginia looks like earthquake Virginia. We'll get more information. I'm sure you guys will hear it on the news. I'll discuss it in the nightly video if there's anything major on it as well. But so far, markets, again, if we go back to the spiders, they're still holding strong here. They saw a little bit of selling on that earthquake, but the strongness here is very apparent as the markets continue to be up sizably on the day, 2 to 3%. Now let's go to a couple other charts. SLV. SLV is also taking a hit today. Nice bearish flag pattern right here as well. That's also a nice little bear flag. I'm not sure if it'll play out the rest of the day or maybe play out tomorrow. I do expect gold to see more selling in the coming days, though. I have to say that. Gold, again, should see more selling in the coming days. All right, let's take a look at some stocks here. Cree, one of my plays that I picked up recently, folks. Actually, yesterday I picked up Cree, up $1.45 on the day. That's a great gainer there, in the money nicely on that. Looking for more upside. And again, if we go to your daily chart, what I love about this daily chart, folks, on earnings, this thing ripped higher. Basically went from 26 and change all the way to a high on earnings of 37. That's an $11 move, folks. Unbelievable type move. And it has pulled back to about 28 to 29 bucks here. Gap fill also. That should be an amazing level of support. Notice how you're recapturing the gap fill that you broke through yesterday on the weakness in the stock. And again, I expect it to head back towards these moving averages. All right, in addition, one stock that's my favorite small cap right now, OXGN. I love this one. I've mentioned it before. Long consolidation base. Big 50% pop right here. Consolidation back down. Beautiful in spirit of bullish pattern. Any news in this thing goes parabolic. It's already inching up today. But again, this is my favorite small cap right now. OXGN. Oxygen. Small cap bio. About a 20 million market cap on this play. All right. Has potential to literally double, if not more, if it were to go crazy. All right, let's take a look at a couple other plays out there. What else is moving? Chevron is having a big day. Chevron up $1.94. Take a look. It has dumped out a little bit here, but look at this initial move up today. And again, you're actually into some good support here at the 200. If you get through the 200, scalp this line right here. And again, come join us for the free trial, folks. There's a free trial to the Research Center and chat room, actually. 7-day free trial for both. You can come in, get live swing trades, live day trades, market analysis, videos inside the Research Center, hot charts and alerts, pro trader watch list, you name it. It's all inclusive there inside the Research Center, or you can decide to take the chat or take them both. That's what I suggest. Take them both, try them out both. They're free trials. As long as you cancel before the end of the free trial, you're not even charged, so it's not even a big deal. All right, so that's good stuff. Let's take a look at Goldman Sachs. Now, Goldman Sachs is taking a hit today. Yesterday into the close, Goldman took a big drop. The reason why Goldman took a big hit yesterday is because Blankfein, the CEO of Goldman Sachs, hired a defense attorney. All right, to deal with the Justice Department in investigation. And again, that freaked the stocks traders out and the Wall Street investors out of this stock a little bit. You can see it's seeing more losses today. I'd be interested in Goldman Sachs. I'd be very, very interested in Goldman Sachs if it gets, let me find you a level here. I think right here I would be interested. If it got to $100 or so, a little below 100. See this little pivot on the daily chart? This would be a swing trade, by the way. That would be at 97 and change. So right around $97 or so, I think that's your level if it gets there. I don't know if it'll get there, but if it does, that's your level. Now, JP Morgan initially today, let's go back to the intraday charts. JP Morgan initially saw some ugly selling and then reversed. And actually, interestingly enough, if we go to the daily chart and zoom in on the daily chart, you do have a possibility of a little bit of a bottoming tail and a reversal signal signal. What I like about this is you've recaptured this double bottom as well based on current levels. Now, if that changes by the close, we'll have to watch and see what that means, but very, very key right there. All right, let's see what else. We have Bank of America. Now, Bank of America is down 30 cents. That's continuing to show weakness. And it's actually amazing to see this market as strong as it is with the financials as weak as they are. And again, JP Morgan's having a good day, but Goldman Sachs and Bank of America are not having good days. And you really need to see all those financials get a firm bid. Let's take a look at Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo's doing all right today. Up about 40 cents on the day is not a bad move. Let's take a look at Citigroup. Citigroup is actually doing all right as well, up 55 cents. So it's really Goldman Sachs and Bank of America that are having weakness here. Everything else across the board is pretty strong. I'm seeing Google up 17.75, Apple up 10, Amazon up 11. I mean, those are very solid moves. The NASDAQ is leading today with a percentage gain of about 2.6%. Dow is the laggard here today, up 1.6%. In the intraday stock chat, some of the plays that we took today, what were they? Let's take a look. On the spiders, this little pivot low, great move up into this level. Here was a great short. All right, in addition, you got consolidation. I called out this little consolidation for about a 40-cent move up to this level right here. So there were multiple trades on the spiders. In addition, if we go to the chart of 3M, I bought 3M this morning right here on a retrace. I love the chart. I bought it at 77.05. I sold at 78.15 today. $1.10 profit on 3M in intraday. And again, it was a great trading day, folks. I can't get into that enough. It was just fantastic across the board. And again, notice how it went up, pulled back. It closed below. That gets the weak hands out. Did never confirm back below those lines, though. And that's key. It confirmed above the two trend lines. That was key. Then it went below, never confirmed. Therefore, you never exit that trade. You can ride it the whole way up. All right, guys, just a reminder, free trial, 7-day free trial to the Research Center, 7-day free trial to the Intraday Stock Chat. The money is pouring in today to people in those two services. Come join us. We'll make you rich. Take care.